I go to like a Lizzo post about her body, or I post a video about Lizzo, it never, I didn't even look in my mirror before I I know somebody new is going to watch this, see the title, see how big the girls look today, and just say some things in the comment section. TMI, you know those days where they just hurt for some reason and you need extra support? That's what's going on today. Okay, now that that's all out on the table, whenever I go to a Lizzo post or I post a video about something Lizzo said about her body or people what they're saying about their body, and I try to give some helpful tips when it comes to weight loss or eating healthier or just making a little bit better decisions when it comes to our everyday day-to-day lifestyle, since we do have an obesity problem, especially in the United States. It never seems to fail that I get the comment, yeah, Michelle, but you obviously have some great
genetics.
Lizzo actually eats very healthy, probably healthier than you. And also, she works out more than you. Genetics makes a huge difference in how you look. Even if you eat the same exact meals, you would still have different bodies. This is actually used a lot in the Black community, and it really confused me when I was younger. They will say white people's diets aren't even for us. We can't get the same results as white people.
The research says that Black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower. The diet don't work for you the same.
Kind of giving off the impression that, oh, if we eat the same as these people, we still won't lose weight. And they don't even bring up caloric intake. And I know I've said all the things I'm going to say in this video, but I'm going to keep saying it until I shove some common sense into your big ass head, cause I'm sick of it. I'm just kidding, your sweet little heads. And I realize some people don't want my input, but a lot of people seem to want my input and always say, Michelle, can you give tips whenever I make videos about body positivity? And me, and apparently the girls, are here to help you out, as I do love talking about this stuff from time to time. So I found an article where they break down Lizzo's complete diet, or her daily diet. We're going to see with my trained eye and background in nutrition why Lizzo is her size. This is Lizzo's exact breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I noticed in the article they use a lot of buzzwords like plant-based, organic. And I'm wondering if this is why so many people will fill my comment section saying Lizzo eats healthy, it's just her genetics. So maybe it is. I'm very open-minded. I want to see, let's break down these meals. So for the first meal of the day for breakfast, Lizzo decided to make a steak and eggs combo and used a vegan type friendly substance called Juicy Marbles, and the calories for that is 180 calories for 5 ounces. And that's kind of good compared to about 300 calories for 5 ounces for filet mignon. It might even be more. I'm just kind of going off in my head right now. But the question is, does it taste good? Well, Lizzo adds not 1, not 2, but 3 tablespoons of butter. She also puts about a tablespoon of butter on the pan to warm it up. And then she adds about 2 more tablespoons of butter with the steak. And that's about 300 calories just for the butter. And to give you perspective, 300 calories is about one of my meals, and hers is coming from just butter. And for me, I'll have a whole plate of food, and in something like a fat substance, which is butters, oils, even avocados, like a fat type of substance, they are double the amount of calories than carbs and protein. So when you have those in small portions, they make a lot of calories. And that's where a lot of people get their calories, and they don't notice that they're having so much added calories into their daily meal. Even if you're eating healthy, globbing up butter on your vegan steak and eggs is going to add a lot of unneeded calories, unless you're just going for taste. Adding fats will definitely make it delicious, but oils, butter, sauces always get people, and they don't really notice the tiny amount is super high in calories. So now with totaling everything up is about 480 calories just for my head. I will do the math while I'm editing this, but just 480 calories for just filet mignon, a small piece of filet mignon, and a butter clump. And we are not even at the eggs yet. So for the eggs, she uses just eggs, but also there's another slab of butter, and that adds another 100 calories. And it looked like she put about a serving of the just eggs, and just eggs is only 70 calories. So that's pretty good for that. The total amount of calories for just the first meal is approximately 580 calories. And I feel like just looking at the meal, I would be starving, and then I would binge, which was a huge problem for myself and what I see in a lot of my clients. They think, okay, vegan butter is supposed to be healthier. It's actually the same amount of calories as regular butter. But people think, oh, veganism is automatically healthy, which you still need to read labels. You still need to look at the calories that you're taking in. People will hear that olive oil is healthy, and they'll just dunk olive oil on everything without measuring it out. Keep in mind, calories are very important, and something that people just don't think about when it's the most important thing if you want to lose weight. And also, past binger tip, if you are hungry after a meal and you're eating healthy meals that are almost 600 calories and you're still hungry, you probably need to incorporate low calorie type foods in high volume. Once I figured that out, which I've said many times before, it's like, it was so easy, because losing weight or even eating healthy is super easy once you find the foods that keep you full and you're not hungry anymore. Think how daunting it is when you go on a diet and you're starving. How long do you actually stick with it? Okay, so let's now move on to the snack. Oh, hold on, wait, she adds ketchup, I forgot, which adds about 20 calories. So she racked up to 600 calories just for that first meal. Now let's move on to the snack. So for the first snack, she has some sort of wheatgrass concoction, and I ended up looking up the calories. It totaled up to about 25 calories, and personally, I don't count anything that's green. You can if you want, just to get into the mood of counting everything, but things that are green like that, 25 calories, is not what's going to make you fat. Now, what she did drink was orange juice, which is full of sugar, and that's about 145 calories, which I do think you need to count. And then she breaks out one of my absolute favorite things to binge on, trail mix. Those things are dangerous because it's got sugar, it's got fat, sugar and fat, combine that, oh my God. I can just sit there and eat the whole thing. And she has handfuls of it. The brand of trail mix has 3 servings per package and 130 calories per serving. So that's 390. Keep in mind, these servings are extremely tiny. It's about like a handful, which is the serving, which absolutely sucks. It broke my heart when I figured that out. I can easily eat that 390 calories within a few minutes. But to give her just, I don't know, a little bit of slack, I'll say that she had 1 serving, about 130 calories, and we are at 275 plus 25 calories from the wheatgrass, but I don't count things that are green. So then she breaks out the peanut butter cup, one of my favorite things. And she said that she found it on set and she wanted to eat it. One of those packs are 130 calories. I've had that brand before. It's okay. Honestly, I prefer just a Reese's peanut butter cup. It did not curb my appetite. It tasted healthy to me. And personally, as a past binger, if I am craving something, I had to learn once I got over the point of having control, because sometimes you have to cut out certain things, because if you don't trust yourself, like an alcoholic person, some people can't just have one drink, they have to have all the drinks. I couldn't have just a tablespoon of peanut butter or 1 peanut butter cup. I had to eat all the peanut butter cups. And then, I mean, if they only come in 2, but if I had those 2, then I'd go on a spiraling binge. But once I got over that, if I was craving a Reese's peanut butter cup, I would just go have the actual one that I'm craving rather than the healthier version, because then I would have the healthier version, be very upset, and scrounge around my kitchen for absolutely anything that will satisfy, when I could have just had 1 peanut butter cup and went about my merry way. So, another binger tip for people. I hope these are helping, because if I knew this when I was a binger, it would have helped immensely. I kind of had to figure it all out myself. Okay, so total amount of calories for the snack, 405. So then she had a Koji protein shake, 150 calories, and 550 calories for the snack so far. And now it's time for lunch, and maybe this is why, or what confuses people. Maybe this is why people just think Lizzo, you know, she just can't lose weight. I actually keep hearing, well, she's Black. This is how Black people's bodies are. A very dangerous rhetoric to keep spreading around, which really, really bothers me, because my whole family, especially the women, are very obese and they're very sick. They're older than Lizzo. And it just gets really sad after that. Anyway, so the article goes on and says, besides salads, because she absolutely loves salads. And I think, like, they bring up the salad thing. So I think people hear salads are things that people eat to lose weight, and Lizzo eats them. And so she's eating salads, obviously, she just can't lose weight.
Bacon bits.
Well, the thing is, on Lizzo's salads, and the 3 or 4 that they talked about, she adds quite a bit of barbecue sauce to hers.
Barbecue sauce.
And in this like daily eating thing, which I found on her TikTok, she didn't eat a salad that day. They just had to throw in the salads, because I think people will read it and be like, see? Lizzo's healthy. She's eating the salads, which I totally thought when I was younger. Lizzo loves veggie burgers. She even wrapped one in lettuce on TikTok, skipping the carbs in a bun, which is also a reason why I think many people think, well, look, she's skipping out on the carbs. This is what's gonna do it. In this specific instance though, it's just a veggie burger. So that's super great for her. It's only about 130 calories. I'm not sure how she made it. If it's frozen, I just pretty much found the most popular veggie patty and put the calories here. She didn't specify. During her like daily food vlog, I noticed it started off strong, being very detailed, and by the time she got to the end, it got very rapid and more lazy, which is something that I do too. It's just like, okay, I had this, you guys. I don't need to tell you what it is. Just put it together and you'll know. So I understand, but it's like, it would have been nice to see it a little bit more detailed so then I could make a better conclusion. But from what I saw, it was actually a pretty I don't know, when I say healthy veggie burger, because I could critique it a little bit more, I would be hungry after this meal as well, especially after the whole day of pretty much almost 500, 600 calorie snack. And then the meal from the morning, which is also around 600 calories, I would be starving all day. So that little wrapped in lettuce veggie burger wouldn't do shit for me when I was unhealthy. And right now it wouldn't do anything for me as well. With that being said, I have no clue if she prepared it the same way as she prepared her steak from the morning. Did she add butter? Did she add things on it? She didn't say. She just said she got a veggie burger, threw on some lettuce, and that's it. And so that's what I'm gonna go with. Later on the end of the day, she once again doesn't tell us portion sizes, but she says that she eats like a box of Cheez-Its. She has another green juice. She has another smoothie. And then she ends the day with vegan sushi rolls and edamame. So I'm really not sure the exact total of what she had. I don't even think I can give you a really good approximate total of what she had because the end was so rapid. I have no clue the amount of calories she had. I mean, she could have eaten the whole box of Cheez-Its. She could have had one serving. But just from the breakfast to the snack to like the lunch, total calories, we are already right here before she even gets to dinner. And I feel like once she gets to dinner, she's probably really hungry. And most likely what it looks like she was binging. It looks like my kind of sporadic type night where I finally get home, I can relax, and now I'm gonna have a box of Cheez-Its, and then this, and then a sushi roll. So I can already tell she adds a lot of sauces, a lot of butters. She is someone that if something is offered when she's on set, she will just eat it. And that is something that I talk about a lot, that I did a lot, was mindless eating, social eating. It's something that I really didn't like about myself, is if I was at work or something and someone was like, here's a whole cheeseburger, I don't want it, Michelle, do you? I would instantly just grab it. No thought in it at all. I just want to eat it. I'll just eat anything. So another thing that I always get critiqued on when I talk about Lizzo is that I'll critique that she seems to eat out quite a bit.
It's time to unbox another meal, bitch. Honestly, ever since I ate from El Cocinar, I cannot stop eating El Cocinar. So, ooh.
The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race receives a 1-year supply of Anastasia.
And they say, well, Michelle, you eat out at Disney. And I say, okay, yeah, I do. I go ape shit at Disney. We go ham there. There's absolutely no limit at Disney. And I'll get a few comments whenever I do these intricated vlogs, my little Disney vlogs showing what I eat. People will be like, see, you have good genetics. So I wanted to really use this video too to pinpoint the clear differences of how Lizzo eats out and how I eat out. But instead of telling you, let me show you first all I eat, the magical wonders of all the food at Disney. Let's go. Come with me today for a little throwback to a 3-day Disney trip for my anniversary, full of food, fun, and possibly stomach aches because so much food. I woke up to a little note from my boyfriend and a surprise gift. Oh, it's a cute backpack. It's an Ursula backpack. Oh my God, it's so cute. And now it's really time to party. I love it! The backpack is from the Villains line from Loungefly. Flinson and Jensen are on the straps. Wait, no, they're not on the straps. They are the straps. I got all my snacks for the ride, or if I feel like I'm eating way too much Disney food, I can eat this since my stomach is pretty sensitive, so we will see how that all goes. My mama's boy Butters is not happy about these trips. Whenever he sees the roller suitcase, he runs to me in hopes that I take him with me. Rigby has no clue what's going on, and Yoshi does not care. And now it's time for Disney's Grand California. It's my favorite hotel. I feel like Disney royalty when I stay there. Now I know you guys are gonna say something, but I was craving a pretzel. I know, but weeks up until my Disney trip, I was just craving, for some reason, a pretzel with lots of butter, and I was still craving it that day at Disney, and I get what I want, and it was good. We got to Disney to celebrate the Disney 100-year celebration, and it turned out that it was Lunar New Year as well, and yes, I told you, I'm late to this. I'm not a real blogger. I'm just a mediocre blogger who's very late to posting her vlog. But you know what? Disney 100 plus Lunar New Year means so much food, so let me show you. So this is what I came here for. I saw all the real Disney vloggers raving about this, and I knew I just had to have it like Ursula had to have Ariel's voice. Mandarin mousse cake. Layers of mandarin mousse with vanilla cake and clementine compote, finished with white chocolate crunch balls and tangerine glaze. But honestly, to me, it just tasted like a cheesecake. It was my favorite thing. I could have had about 12 or 16 of them at the minimum. We also got my next favorite thing, a quesadilla egg roll and a name that I don't even know what it's called, pepper consomme filled with Oaxaca cheese, beef brie. Yep, I'm just gonna call it an egg roll. I did split it with Garrett, but this is also something that I regret splitting. I wanted my own, and I will regret it until I die. Then I saw these egg tarts. Honey, I bought every single one. And I just took one bite of each. Like I said, my stomach is very sensitive and I don't wanna overdo it. The packaging was very, very cute, and the tarts themselves were so aesthetically pleasing, but I have to say, they all tasted the same to me. Very light, slightly sweet, and not overpowering. But if you see these come around next year, get one and you will probably know the flavor of each. Garrett did have a good time finishing them off and gave me the white guy thumbs up. The dumplings and pot stickers were okay. Look, if I'm at Disney, I will gladly pay for it with a smile and sit there and eat each one while Mickey takes all my money, but I prefer fried food if I'm not eating at home. These tasted like pot stickers from Costco. Said I could eat like 16 minimum of those egg rolls. Well, we got more, and this time I did not share. They were that good. Definitely not Costco egg rolls. All right, y'all, let's take a walk together, burn off all these calories, and just enjoy Disney. I told Garrett to look like he's having a blast on this little contraption for kids, and this is what his non-YouTuber butt cheeks decided to do. So I don't know about you guys, but I just love hanging out at Disney. It's so relaxing, and while we were sitting looking at the wonderful decorations for Lunar New Year, we met one of the Disney cats. I had no clue this was a thing, but Disney has cats, approximately 200 cats that just roam around the park, and Disney will adopt the super friendly ones out to cast members. They generally stay hidden out of sight during the day and only come out at night, which explains why I've only seen this. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen this cat, or just seen a cat in general at Disneyland. Another thing I noticed is the amount of dog friends at the park. Of course, we don't go up to them because they are on the job right now, but they can't stop me from admiring the cuteness from afar. You guys, and then randomly, someone from the internet spotted me.
Oh my God, is that my Sean McDonough?
Scariest thing ever. Just kidding. I've been talking to this guy for a while. Meet Greg, local theater nerd and Disney enthusiast. He slid up into my DMs and offered to get me and my boyfriend into Disney for free for months before I even met him, and then I forgot, and then I actually walked past him in Frontierland, and we had a very actual real reaction where he screamed my name, and it was the best thing ever. We clicked immediately. I love when I talk to people in the DMs and they are exactly the same crazy energy in person, or even better. So we actually ended up spending the rest of the day together at Disney, and for some reason, right here, we started doing push-ups.
Do you want to do a push-up?
Yeah, I like push-ups.
Do you want to do like arm or just normal?
We're going one arm push-ups?
I can do one leg, I can do one arm.
And after all those push-ups, I deserved a burger from Black Tap. And as your top burger connoisseur, I can tell you that it was great. You know I gotta rep my own merch with my firstborn, Yoshi, who is the epitome of beautimous. Look at her, she looks so good on that rock. I hope this inspires all the little pug baby girls to feel beautimous too and dress up like their favorite Disney princess, Ariel. Anyway, you can be beautimous with me and support this channel by clicking the link below. So we wanted to try the Storyteller Cafe in the hotel, so while we waited for our reservations, we went to the merch store to complain about how expensive everything is. $34 for suspenders. $34 to look like a Disney Urkel. I tried to pressure Garrett to get a whole Disney ensemble so he can just be all Disneyed out.
Hat, backpack. Your shoes like actually go with it. They have the whole outfit here. And then holding the cup.
He wasn't really going for it. Then Storytellers Cafe rang us in. And let me tell you, if you or your kids are obsessed with people dressed as Disney characters, you will love the Storytellers Cafe. They have so many Disney characters, they all come up to you. At first I was like, how annoying. And then the moment they came to my table, I was like, Mickey! I felt so special, but no one felt more special than freaking Garrett, who had to fix his hair before he met Mickey, and then all of his dreams came true. He got a hug from Mickey, a squeeze from Chip. Minnie was getting a little touchy with him, but Garrett's favorite character, Pluto, unfortunately never said hello. While Garrett was getting his food, Chip actually sat at my table with me. It was very adorable. I really recommend taking your kids here. They will love it. Many of you guys ask, how do I do buffets and stay so fit? Well, I absolutely love buffets, but when I was a binger, I had to cut it out. I had no control. But now that I have control, my plan, usually when I go, is to not restrict myself really at all. But the ultimate goal is to not overeat. And that's usually the plan. I try everything, take mental notes of what I really like, and then if I'm down for more, I can get more food. And I tried everything at the cafe: bacon, eggs Benedict, egg white omelet, sausage, fruit, bagel bites that I literally just took one bite of. I didn't really like it that much, no need to finish it. Oatmeal muffins, another egg Benedict because, like I said, whatever I like, I'm gonna get more of it. Sausage, more oatmeal, I did like that. I don't normally eat oatmeal in my normal everyday life, but I do like the taste of it, so I got more of it. More egg white omelet stuff, and since the last bit that I had was more protein, so I got relatively full and ready for my second day at Disney. We started at California Adventure, and I will not spend $35 on suspenders, but I will definitely spend $32 on an Evil Emperor Zurg for my bookshelf. And then at about 11 a.m., the realization that it's kind of hot started settling in, and I was wearing a beanie and ankle warmers and my freaking merch. Garrett wanted me to take a picture in front of the cars, right? And you might not be able to tell through the screen, but I know I was doing all that I could not to scream like a 2-year-old because my insides are definitely burning and I'm gonna die. Good thing Schmoozie's was down the lane and we got my favorite drink there, Make Mine Mocha. I don't drink coffee, but I definitely drink coffee flavored ice cream with tons of butter and whipped cream in it. Yum. Because of Lunar New Year, they had some really cool parades that I watched as I enjoyed my snackies. I normally do not like Fantasyland. I'm not much of a princess girly, but when I walked in, the evil queen was there and she freaking spotted me.
So basic you are.
Also, if any of you ever see me and you're a nice person, say hi. I love it. This guy yelled my name, but I'm not used to people knowing who I am, so I ignored it until the third time and then made awkward eye contact because, I mean, I don't see myself as like anybody, you know? And then I went up to him and it turns out his wife watches me, so I told him to blow her a kiss through the screen.
Hi, Lindsay.
So this was a char siu barbecue pork bao, and I absolutely hated it. I have nothing good to say. I hated the bread, the filling, it was dry, I absolutely hated it. But while I still ate the whole thing because it was expensive, another parade came around, so I got to complain about it and watch the parade, which was even more pretty at night. By day 3, we're just chilling. We rode most of the rides, we ate most of the new foods. Now it's just being there and soaking up the essence of Disney, hanging out with friends, talking to other happy Disney adults, people watching, and go with the flow. So let's go to Jolly Holiday for breakfast. My friend got a cold brew and I ended up having half of this croissant. Next up was Star Wars Land, and I was feeling a little hungry again and went to Galaxy's Edge and purchased the Ronto wrap. Recommend. It's literally a sausage wrapped in a pita thing, like nice soft bread texture with eggs. It was delicious. And this is the fuzzy tauntaun.
Fuzzy, down. Now, it's gonna be your first fuzzy, correct? Yes. Just to warn you, the foam may cause a minor tingling sensation. Completely normal, and you shouldn't be alarmed at all.
Not much of a drinker, but loved the presentation, loved the zip zap from the fizz, and the drink was sweet. And you know me, add sugar to it and I'll love it. And all these treats that are not from the Lunar New Year booths, you can get most of them year round. So if you're going to Disney like tomorrow, you can probably find these. Just like you can find the pretzel bites. Come on, warm bread dipped in cheese, I had to. So for the first 2 days, we made a Disney adult mistake. We did not get the little tablets that is supposed to help you save money. And the guy that I met, Greg, said, no, you should probably get those. They actually do save you a lot of money. Once we got our little tablets, I gave my love all of my stuff that I just had to bring and pranced off for more Disney fun. You guys, I told told you I can eat like 32 of these, okay? I wish they made a giant one so I can just swim in it. It was so good. I hope this treat comes back next year for you guys to taste. So these are also not part of Lunar New Year. You can find these at Award Wiener in DCA, and they always have some form of funnel cake fries. These ones were blueberry funnel cake fries, and I absolutely hated them. They were chewy, they were hard. I have nothing nice to say about them, but this was delicious. I'm pretty sure every single dog I have ever had at Award Wieners is amazing, and the fries, chef kiss, these are the best fries in the whole park, in my opinion. So this was okay. Ever since I had the Oogie Boogie macaron, nothing compares, but the Mickey Mouse shaped purple sweet potato macaron is a red macaron filled with purple sweet potato buttercream and creme fraiche. I'm saying that completely wrong, most likely, but that's okay. You can have it anyway until next year if they bring it back. We ended up meeting up with Greg again and spent the rest of the night with him. We suited up for Splash Mountain and then ended the night at the Red Rose Tavern so I can try the gray stuff for the first time, and let me tell you, all my little kid dreams came true. I always wondered what was the gray stuff. It's in the song, I want it.
Try the gray stuff, it's delicious.
And now I want to get this every single time I go to Disney. When I first saw this in vlogs, I thought it was just a lump of frosting on a cracker. It's really not. It's a cake on top of a cookie. My two favorite things, red velvet cake, and the frosting is not that normal cheap frosting they slap on the Disney treats that are super just like cheap. It was amazing. It was not overly sweet, the cake was moist, and the cookie was delicious. I'm kind of irritated that we all split it because I could have definitely eaten like one or two of these myself. So that was an amazing time for my anniversary. You guys always ask, is it hard to go back to eating my normal diet? And it's not at all. I always have my house prepared. I go food shopping before I leave for my vacation, and I even will meal prep a few things just so I can just cook when I get home. And the biggest contributor of me going back to my diet very effortlessly is that I actually like the food that I eat. If you hate the food that you eat normally, then yes, it'll definitely be hard to go back. So I really want to push you guys to get out there, find recipes that you like, but also what fits into your calorie intake so that you're not overeating. So thank you so much for coming along with me, and you guys have a great day. And we're back like magic. So one of the biggest differences I see that Lizzo eats out almost daily, at least according to her TikTok. At least she posts frequently about her, eating adventures on her TikTok. I mean, her TikTok is Lizzo Be Eaten. She loves to cook, she loves to try food, she likes to go out. So it seems very regular. Restaurant food is just high in calories. I know you guys want to eat out, and people always ask me, how can I constantly eat out and lose weight? And the answer from me is I don't know, because I don't eat out very often. I don't know how you can regularly eat out because I just think so many foods that I see, or at least that I would eat out, is high in calories. They use a lot of unneeded oil to make it taste good. The portions, at least in America, is extremely high. And you're eating about 3 to 4 servings in one sitting, plus whatever Lizzo's eating at home, which we have already seen her portions are out of whack at home as well. So I do get a lot of questions saying, how do you do all of that at Disney but stay fairly fit? Well, I literally do not eat out very often. I found actually that the only places that I really eat out is when I go to Disney, and I go to Disney about 3 to 4 times a year. Well, this year will be 3 to 4 times. Last year was about 2 times. So the biggest tip is I don't really eat restaurant food very often. I really just like to save it for Disneyland because I know I go absolutely ham at Disneyland. And if I ate like that every single week, then Disneyland wouldn't feel very special. I'd probably feel very bad because I was eating so much sugar through the week, and then now I'm eating 20 times the amount of sugar and high fat foods at Disney. That's how I'm able to stay fairly lean through the year. Something else that helps me is acid reflux, because that'll get your ass. I do miss the hot Cheetos, but they hurt my ass and my chest. It doesn't offend me when people like to kind of give all of, what I look like to my genetics, because if they saw my genetics, they look very similar to Lizzo. And it does discredit everything that I've done, because I was a very intense binger, and I had to put a lot of work into getting to where I am now, and I still have to put a lot of work into staying where I am now. I constantly measure out my food, I constantly portion out my food. I still freehand it in my journal. I don't use an app, I write it out. I count all my calories still. I'm constantly cooking. I always meal prep. I eat at home. I even bring my food to parties. Not that I have to. I can actually control myself pretty well at parties, but something that I really didn't like about myself is that I will just completely just go ham socially, and then once I got home, I wouldn't even notice that I ate all that food. I'd still be hungry and then binge even more because I'm hungry. So social kind of eating isn't really my thing, and it looks like social eating for Lizzo is her thing.
If I ever did get hungry, but when I get hungry, I hit the studio. When I get hungry, I hit the lab. I get a Grammy, bitch. I call my man.
And I notice a lot of people like to socialize and eat. They don't notice how much they're eating. And once again, they're not aware of what they're putting in their mouth. So I like to be very aware of what I'm eating because of my past. So I'm sure some people are probably irritated by the title, or they're like, well, why are you talking about this? You shouldn't talk about Lizzo's body. Lizzo's body is always the topic, or most of the time it is the topic of her TikTok, of her Instagram, of everything.
Not me finding out I have hips in this yitty bodysuit.
And I think it's very sad that people who are not happy with their body, if she's happy with her body, that's perfectly fine. But the people who aren't happy with their body and want to change, who see Lizzo, then see the comments of people saying, well, she eats healthy and this is just how her body is. And they're probably like, wow, there's no help for me. I'm just gonna be fat and black forever. And I like to make these videos to say, no, you don't have to be like that. I was someone who was similar, and many people told me, well, black people, especially black women, are supposed to be softer. And there I was eating 3 bags of hot Cheetos, and they're influencing me to kind of stay that way, which don't let them do that. If you want to change your body, you completely can. You just have to find that way. Will it be easy? No, it won't. Will it be a walk in the park? No, but you should go take a walk in the park. More steps, more calories burned, movement, it's always very good. But you do not have to settle for that. If you want to change, you can completely do it. Please do not get into that mindset that I was in before, that many people told me, you're supposed to look the way that you look, and just be happy with it. Because I personally was not happy with this. So I hope this helps you guys. I don't think that people mean anything mean when they say I have good genetics, but it's just a huge misconception that I have good genetics. I gain weight very easily, PCOS. Most of my family is shaped like Lizzo, and I absolutely love sugar. I will eat sugar cubes, okay? I have to show some strength. You guys, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you if you hit the subscribe button. Even if you didn't, thank you just for being here. Give me your face. If you like the vlogs, I do put them on my second channel without all of the talkiness. We just hop right straight into the vlogs and hang out at Disney, and that's all on my second channel. Remember, you do not have to be a size 2. God knows I'm not. Having big biceps to scare away all the boys is great to have, because then men like Andrew Tate won't talk to you, but they are not needed to be healthy. But health is extremely important, and I really hope this rhetoric that black women are supposed to be obese really starts to change. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a barrel of fun. Growing up is just a trap.